Hi Nana, good morning. We are discussing the question bank related to water. So, question bank 7. In this, here the 17th question is briefly describe how will you determine the solubility of potassium nitrate at 50 degrees centigrade. So, it is asked to describe the determination of solubility of KNO3. So actually, first we have to take a clean, empty china dish. Okay, clean, empty china dish and weigh it accurately. Let the weight of the china dish, okay, china dish, okay, its weight of this china dish. Let us assume it as X. Let us assume it as X grams or else simply X. Now, take a beaker. Take a beaker, okay, and and some water in it. Okay, so now add add some potassium, add some potassium nitrate, add some potassium nitrate into this one. So these are the crystals of potassium nitrate. So add the amount of potassium nitrate until this solution, I mean this water become saturated solution. Now keep on adding potassium nitrate into the water, so until it becomes a saturated solution. So finally what we got? Finally we got a saturated solution of potassium nitrate. So now we got what? Saturated solution of saturated potassium nitrate solution. Okay, so saturated potassium nitrate solution. So when the saturated solution we got, so what happened if you add some extra amount of this potassium nitrate, it remains undissolved. It remains undissolved because of the absence of gaps in the between the water molecules. Okay, so now saturated potassium nitrate solution is prepared. Now this transfer this one into another beaker. Okay, transfer the clear solution or else by filtration. Okay, simply by filtration, just you transfer the clear solution. So if any extra amount of crystals are present, so they are filtered off. They are filtered off. Okay. Now only the clear solution of potassium nitrate will get. Okay. So now we'll get a clear saturated solution of potassium nitrate. Okay. Now transfer this solution. Transfer this solution into china dish. So after transferring of this solution into china dish, again weigh the china dish. Now the weight of China dish plus saturated solution. The weight of China dish plus saturated solution, let it as Y. The weight of China dish in saturated solution is called Y. So that means what is the weight of China dish? Already we got empty China dish as X. So X plus saturated solution is equal to Y. Therefore weight of saturated solution is equal to how much? It will become Y minus X. So from this we'll get the weight of saturated solution as Y minus X. Next, after getting this one, so now simply heat this. See, actually after removal of the impurities, so we have to cool. So actually here by boiling, we have to boil this mixture, the solution, to dissolve all the amount of this potassium nitrate into it. Now until we get a saturated solution of potassium nitrate. Okay, now after preparation of saturated solution of potassium nitrate, by boiling the solution, you transfer it into this beaker, okay, and cool it for some time, so that now the temperature is maintained at 50 degrees centigrade. Now the temperature is maintained at 50 degrees centigrade. So how will you measure? Just you put a thermometer into this one. Just put a thermometer into this one. So with the help of that thermometer, so we can find the reading the temperature of this saturated solution of potassium nitrate, okay, be 50 degrees centigrade. So until the temperature reaches to 15 degrees centigrade, so just to cool this solution. Okay, now at 50 degrees centigrade, just to transfer this one into the empty China dish, and now weigh this China dish and the solution, and just note it as Y. Okay, so that means weight of China dish, already we got it as X plus saturated solution weight is equal to Y. So finally we will get the weight of saturated solution as Y minus X. Now we got what? Saturated solution in it. Now we got saturated solution. So start evaporating this one. Okay. Evaporate this, simply heat it. Okay, simply heat it with simple heating, or else simply upon keeping it for some time in the open air. Finally what happens? The solution will evaporate. And water left over, the solution will evaporate, and we will get, due to evaporation of the solution, finally we will get crystals of potassium nitrate are left over. Okay, crystals of potassium nitrate are left over in the China dish. Finally crystals of potassium nitrate are left over in the China dish. So let these crystals be get dry completely. Okay, now after evaporation of the solution and after getting the dry crystals of this potassium nitrate, simply now again weigh this China dish along with the crystals. Now weight of China dish plus KNO3 crystals, crystals. So let us assume, or let us got the weight as Z. So now what is Z? Z grams. Z is equal to the weight of empty China dish along with the potassium nitrate crystals. So these together. So that means China dish with potassium nitrate crystals, its weight will be Z. Then what is the weight of potassium nitrate crystals? Therefore weight of KNO3 crystals, the weight of KNO3 crystals will be how much? It will be equal to Z minus X, because the weight of China dish, it is nothing but what? X. Okay, this is what? The weight of China dish. Weight of China dish is equal to X. Already we got it. Okay, at the beginning only we know. So now the weight of potassium nitrate crystals is equal to Z minus X. Okay, so from this we got the weight of solution and weight of potassium nitrate crystals. So from this, if you here the weight of solution is equal to what? Generally weight of saturated solution, the weight of saturated solution is nothing but what? Weight of, it is nothing but weight of KNO3 crystals present in it, weight of KNO3 crystals plus weight of water. Okay, that means weight of saturated solution is called weight of potassium nitrate crystals plus weight of water. So already we know weight of saturated solution, how much it will be? Y minus X. Y minus X is equal to weight of KNO3 crystals. Already we got it as Z minus X. Z minus X. Okay, Z minus X plus weight of water. Weight of water. Okay. So from this we'll get weight of water can be, we can upon rearranging, we'll get the weight of water is equal to Y minus X, okay, minus Z minus X, Y minus X minus Z minus X. Okay, right. So now we got the three things. One is weight of saturated solution, weight of potassium nitrate crystals, and weight of water. So we have a formula. What is the formula? Solubility of any substance. Solubility of any substance is equal to solubility of any substance at a given temperature. Okay, solubility of any substance at a given temperature. Temp means temperature. Okay, is equal to, it is equal to weight of the substance in the saturated solution, in the saturated solution weight of the substance in the saturated solution divided by weight of the water, weight of water, weight of water. Okay, weight of water. See what will we get weight of water? So y minus x, okay, minus z, okay, minus into minus plus, so plus x we got. Okay, we got, so minus x plus x we can cancel. So what finally we'll get, what weight of water as y minus z. So finally we'll get weight of water as y minus z. So this is the weight of water. Y minus z is the weight of water. Okay, so that means weight of water, weight of the substance. So suppose here which substance? Any substance means here what substance we have taken? Potassium nitrate. Okay, so that means weight of the substance. So here what substance? Weight of the, because we have taken the substance as potassium nitrate. Okay, so we have taken the potassium nitrate solution, right? Next, at a given temperature, how much temperature we have taken? So we have, in the question it is mentioned to find at 50 degrees centigrade. Okay, so that means hence we have maintained 50 degrees centigrade in this one. So that means the temperature at 50 degrees centigrade. Okay, we got the saturated solution. Okay, so this temperature is related to the temperature of the saturated solution which we are pouring into the China dish. Okay, right. So here, what is the weight of potassium nitrate in the saturated solution? Weight of KNO3 crystals. So how much amount of KNO3 we got after evaporation? So that is nothing but the weight of potassium nitrate in the saturated solution. So how much amount of potassium nitrate is present in the solution? So that much amount of potassium nitrate we will get in the form of crystals, dry crystals. Okay, so that means it is nothing but the weight of KNO3 in the saturated solution is nothing but weight of KNO3 crystals. So what is that one? It is Z minus X. Okay, so this is what the weight of, see, the weight of KNO3 is nothing but what? Weight of KNO3 dissolved, weight of KNO3 dissolved, okay, dissolved in the saturated solution, in the saturated solution. Okay, so it is nothing but the weight of KNO3 in the saturated solution. It is nothing but what? The weight of KNO3 crystals we obtained after evaporation of the saturated solution. Okay, so here this one is Z minus X. Weight of water is what? How much? Weight of water in the solution. Weight of water in the saturated solution. In the saturated solution, how much it will be? Y minus Z. So Y minus Z. Okay, so like this we can determine the solubility of KNO3 at 50 degrees centigrade is equal to the weight of KNO3 in the saturated solution by the weight of water in the saturated solution. Okay, into 100. Okay, here we have to take into 100. So like this, the solubility of KNO3 can be determined. So in this way we can determine the solubility of KNO3. Okay, right. Now we will learn the next question, 18th question. So 18th question, it is like this. You are provided with a saturated solution of copper sulfate at 70 degrees centigrade. Okay. See, that means there is a saturated solution. There is a saturated solution of copper sulfate. Okay, there is a saturated solution of copper sulfate. So what is the meaning of saturated solution of copper sulfate? That means, so this solution contains copper sulfate dissolved in water. Okay, so this solution contains what? Copper sulfate dissolved in water, and it is at what? 70 degrees centigrade. The temperature of this solution is, it is 70 degrees centigrade, and it is what? It is saturated solution of, it is saturated solution of what? Of copper sulfate, CuSO4. Generally, remember that when a saturated solution, if it is cooled from any higher temperatures to lower temperature, so here in the question it is given as allowed to cool slowly to room temperature. So that means this solution it is allowed to cool. So that means on cooling this solution. So now we will get at this solution at what? 20 degrees centigrade. 20 degrees centigrade. So whenever a saturated solution is cooled, what happens? Some amount of dissolved substance will become undissolved. Okay, some amount of the dissolved substance will come out from the solution. Okay, and in the form of undissolved substance. So that means some of the dissolved substance will come out from the solution and become undissolved and settles at the bottom. Okay, so that means here copper sulfate crystals. So the copper, actually this is here at 70 degrees centigrade. So entire copper sulfate, it is dissolved in the solution. But when the solution is cooled from 70 degrees centigrade to 20 degrees centigrade, what happens? Some amount of copper sulfate will precipitate out. So some amount of copper sulfate will crystallize out. That means we will get crystals of copper sulfate. So this process is known as crystallization. Okay, this process is said to be crystallization because crystals of copper sulfate are obtained. Okay, crystals of copper sulfate are obtained from saturated solution of copper sulfate. Okay, right. So this is the process of crystallization. So here in the question, so we have to answer the following questions. So there are 3 sub questions. One is state 2 observations after solution cools down. So what did you observe? So whenever a solution is cooled from whenever a saturated solution, remember saturated solution, whenever a saturated solution is cooled from higher temperature to lower temperature, what happens? Some amount of the dissolved substance will come out from the solution. Okay, will come out from the solutions and settles at the bottom in the form of crystals. Okay, so as here in this, the substance, dissolved substance is what? Copper sulfate. So we'll get copper sulfate crystals, okay, at lower temperature. Okay, so answer for this one is, so actually So we have to write two observations. So the first observation is what? To the question A, the observation is what? So we find two observations. When the crystals of copper sulfate, okay, here, what has happened? What has happened? The crystals of copper sulfate, okay, they crystallize out, okay, as the solution cools, the crystals of copper sulfate are formed, they are formed as the solution, okay, as the solution gets cooled, as the solution gets cooled, okay, as the solution gets cooled, what happens? The crystals of copper sulfate are formed. That means crystals of copper sulfate, they are crystallized out, okay, the process is known as crystallization. So that means some crystals of copper sulfate, actually copper sulfate is dissolved in the solution. So keep crystals of copper sulfate. So from this solution we will get copper sulfate crystals. So that means crystals of copper sulfate, they are crystallized out. Okay, so this observation we found. What is another observation? The color of the solution. Actually, this is blue, dark blue in color. It is blue color solution. Because as it is a saturated solution, in saturated solution, we will find enough amount of copper sulfate. So enough amount of copper sulfate is dissolved in it. Hence, the solution appears blue. But here, as some of the copper sulfate is removed from the solution, okay, because this copper sulfate is not in the solution now. It is settled at the bottom. So this copper sulfate, it is removed from the solution. Hence, what happened? The solution, the color of the solution fades. Okay, light blue. It has become what? Light blue. Light blue. Light blue means fade color. Color is faded. Okay, from blue color to light blue we got. That means fading of color. Fading of color. Fading of color means the color is decreased. So what is the second observation? The color of copper sulfate solution fades. The color of copper sulfate, the color of copper sulfate solution, what happened to that color of copper sulfate solution? Fade, okay, fades with the cooling. So why the color of the copper sulfate is faded with the cooling? Because enough amount of copper sulfate is not dissolved now, because some of the copper sulfate, it has come out from the solution and settled at the bottom. Hence, the solution is not having enough amount of copper sulfate dissolved in it. When enough amount of copper sulfate is dissolved in it, then the solution is blue in color. But upon cooling, some amount of the copper sulfate, it has crystallized out. Hence, this solution is not having enough amount of copper sulfate in it. Hence, the color of the solution, it has become lighter. So that means the color of the solution it has faded. Fading of color has taken place. Okay, in this way, so these are the two observations we found for the first question. So this is the answer for the first question. Next, question number B. Sub-question number B. What is that one? State one reason for each of your observation. So I'm rubbing this one because of no space. So simply I'm rubbing this question. I'm writing it as B. Okay. So what is this B? State one reason. State one reason. State one reason for each of your observation. For each of your observation. Okay. Observations. So here there are two observations. So what is the reason for these two observations? So at least one reason for each observation. Okay, we have to write. So first one. So first observation. What is the reason for first observation? The crystals of copper sulfate are formed as the solution gets cool. So why? Because the solution of copper sulfate, the solubility. So why the crystals of copper sulfate are formed? Because when the temperature is decreased, what happens? The solubility of copper sulfate is decreased. Okay, whenever the temperature is decreased, what happened? The solubility of copper sulfate will decrease. Okay, thus whenever the solubility of copper sulfate is decreased, what happens? So the excess of, so that is why thus the excess. So here the solubility is more at higher temperature, and at lower temperature solubility is less. So as its solubility is less, what happened? The excess of amount of copper sulfate, it will crystallizes out, okay, and settles at the bottom as crystals of copper sulfate. So thus the excess of copper sulfate, okay, thus the excess of copper sulfate, okay, separates from the solution. Okay, it separates from the solution. It separates what? From the solution and settles at the bottom. And settles at the bottom of the solution. Okay. And settles at the bottom. So like this. So what is the reason for the crystals of copper sulfate, for the formation of crystals of copper sulfate from saturated solution? Because upon cooling, as the solution gets cool, what happens? The temperature is decreased. As the solution gets cool, what happens? Temperature of the solution decreases. When the temperature is decreased, the solubility of copper sulfate is also decreased. So whenever solubility of the substance decreases, what happens? The amount of dissolved substance will be less. Okay, so that means the excess amount of copper sulfate will come out, because the dissolved amount will be less and the undissolved amount will be, all the undissolved amount will come out. Right. Next step. Here we can write one more thing. For this question. What is that one? So for this one it is okay. For second one, the color of copper sulfate solution fades with the cooling. Why? Because suppression of copper sulfate crystals. Okay, whenever due to the suppression of copper sulfate crystals, the number of ions of copper sulfate. Okay, see, actually, when large number of ions are present, actually the ions produced from copper sulfate are Cu plus 2 ions and SO4 minus 2 ions. So these ions Okay, these ions are present. These ions are present in the solution. These are free ions present in the solution in dissolved form. But due to crystallization, what happens? These ions, the number of ions are decreased. So here the number of ions are less, but in this case number of ions are more, because more amount of substance copper sulfate is dissolved. When more amount of copper sulfate is dissolved, the ions will be more. So when the number of copper ions are more, then the solution will become more blue, dark blue. So here in this case the number of copper ions, the free copper ions are not there. Less in amount. In the solution you will find free copper sulfate, but here in the crystals the copper sulfate, they are not available in free form. Copper ions are not available in the crystals. Okay, in the crystals copper is it is present in the form of copper sulfate, not in the form of copper ions. Here in the solution we will find copper ions, but in these crystals copper ions are not present. Copper ions are present in the form of copper sulfate. Okay, right. So the second observation is, because of the separation of copper sulfate crystals, because of the separation of copper sulfate crystals, what happened? The number of copper ions, okay, the number of copper to ions, okay, the number of copper ions, okay, in the solution decrease. Number of copper ions in the solution, okay, number of copper ions in the solution decrease. Why it is decreased? Because some of the copper ions, they are converted into crystals of copper sulfate. Some of the copper ions, they have converted to crystals of copper sulfate. Hence, so only few number of copper ions are present in the solution. Okay. So as blue color is due to the presence of copper ions, therefore the color fades. So here in this solution more number of copper ions are there, and in this solution less number of copper ions are there. Okay, so as blue color of the solution is due to the blue color of the solution, the blue color of the solution. What is the reason for the blue color of the solution? Is what? Is due to the blue color of the solution is due to what? Copper ions. Copper plus 2 ions. Okay, the blue color of the solution is due to copper plus 2 ions. As the number of copper plus 2 ions are decreased, what happens? The color of the solution gets faded. Okay, so this is the reason for this. Okay, actually this is what? This is A and this is B, and the reason for A1, and this is the reason for A2. And one more question is also there in this one. What is this question? Question C. What is that one? Is the solution at room temperature saturated or unsaturated? Is the solution at room temperature is the solution room temperature, okay, saturated or unsaturated? Saturated or unsaturated? Unsaturated. So this is the question. Unsaturated. So already it is a saturated solution when it is cooled to room temperature. So it is at what? 70 degrees centigrade. When it is cooled to room temperature 20 degrees centigrade. So now the question is, Now this is already, we know that this is a saturated solution. Now the question is about this one. So whether it is saturated or unsaturated. Remember that saturated solution, when it is cooled, it becomes unsaturated solution. Sorry. See what happened here. So some here. Sorry, here crystals are come out. So as crystals are come out, so here now this is also this is also saturated solution only. Okay, because here amount of, so there are, as the as the number of I mean because as it is cool, what happens? So all the water molecules will come closer and closer. So now this has become the saturated solution again. Okay, the solution at the room temperature is saturated only. So it has become saturated only because remember that whenever a substance is present in undissolved form in a solution, okay, whenever a substance is present in that means this solution is not, it is unable to take this solute. Okay, now why this solute is present at the bottom undissolved? Because this solution is not accepting this substance to dissolve in it at 20 degrees centigrade. This solution is unable to accept this substance to dissolve in it. So that is why such behavior is said to be saturated behavior. Such behavior of this solution is said to be saturated behavior. As it is saturated solution, it is unable to take more amount of solute into it. Okay, so more amount of solute is not taken into the solution. Hence the such solution. What is saturated solution? Saturated solution is the solution which cannot take any more amount of solute into it, or else which cannot dissolve any more amount of solute into it. So by looking into this solution, it is understood that this substance, this copper sulfate, it is unable to dissolve in it. Hence this solution is not taking any more amount of copper sulfate. Hence this solution is said to be saturated solution only. Okay, so what is the answer for the question C? So now the solution is saturated solution only. Okay, right. At 20 degrees centigrade also, it is again saturated solution only, because as it is unable to take these crystals into it, the solution is unable to dissolve these crystals into it. So that is why these crystals, they are present at the bottom of the solution undissolved. Okay, like this. Okay, Nana, we'll discuss about the next question in the next video.